Let's try this out as is. We are at drive 100%. Yeah, I love this pedal. This is awesome. Let's see what this does. I might just be building my new preset right now. Neural DSP just released a hell of an update. I saw they've been teasing some stuff on Instagram those last couple days, and then when I woke up this morning, I saw that the new version of CoreOS 3.3.0 just got released, as well as 2.2.0 for Nano Cortex, and it brings in a lot of stuff. It has the new version 2 of their capturing method, which is a cloud capture method, which is a lot more gonna like increase a lot of the fidelity and like kind of dynamic response for things like fuzz, compression, and as well as like amp models and stuff like that. And they added in a ton of new captures into like V2 captures into the device and the unit for us to try out and have some fun with. So I wanted to kind of hop on here and do a bit of like a first look and first impressions, kind of going over some stuff, as well as try and capture my own amp. I've never done captures before, like of my own gear, so I wanted to try and capture my own amp using this 2.0 version and see how easy it is, as well as do a sound comparison between this amp that I have, which is a 57 5E3 Tweed Deluxe reissue that I made with my grandfather that's been slightly modified. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. Let's go ahead and see what some of these sounds are. So first off, let's go ahead and kind of go over everything, right? So it seems like a lot of the main differences is the actual like kind of depth that the version 2 can go into when it comes to capturing, which does mean it's a bit of a longer capture time. Not crazy long. It still takes around like the 10-minute mark. And you do have to be plugged into the editor to use the new version of Capture, which when I'm at home, like I'm always plugged into the editor anyway, so that's not really that big of a deal to me. But if you're on the go or doing something else, you might have to do a V1 capture. Also note that for the Nano Cortex users, you can't do the capturing on the the V2 capturing on the Nano Cortex yet. That will be in a future update. But you can load up V2 capture. So you can load up the ones that are already in there, or if you get some on the Cortex Cloud, or if you have the regular quad Cortex and the Nano Cortex, you could capture on your regular quad and then put them on your Nano Cortex as well, if that makes sense. So first off, let's just go over everything they have. Like, obviously you need to update your quad Cortex and your quad Cortex editor, but I mean, some of these amp models and stuff like that. So we have 669 total captures across 41 different devices. So that's different amps, cabs, and effects and everything else like that. We have 17 amps, which we're going to get into some of these, 2 combo amps, compressors, fuzz pedals, which I'm excited to try, different overdrives, and new virtual devices. So yeah, a bunch of new cabs. We have a Dumble ODS in here, which we're going to, of course, check out. And this new mono synth pedal. There's a couple pedals in here that I'm actually excited to try out. The mono synth, which looks really cool. It's not really my flavor of thing, but I'm excited to try it out, and you never know when it's going to come to use. As well as I believe they're doing a bit crusher now. So you have a bit crusher engine, which is sick. I actually went to go use a bit crusher for a session I had a few weeks ago and didn't realize that there wasn't one in here. So it's nice to have that. As well as one of my favorite overdrives, the 81 Creations drive. That's the 1981 Invention ZRV, which is a kind of a rat type of pedal, and I love rats. So this is probably going to be in my main pedal board setup now on my quad Cortex. New sub-oculator, Aguilar Optimizer, Agi sub-octaver, as well as 2 new spring reverb pedals. We have one stereo, one's mono. So we have a spring reverb engine. Excited to try that out as well. I love spring reverb. And an auto wah. Let's go ahead and get into some of these sounds first really quickly. So I've got my quad Cortex over here plugged direct into my interface. We've got a blank preset pulled up. As you can see over on the side, we have a ton of new stuff and everything. So let's go ahead and start with some of these captures. So V2, let's go ahead and start with that Dumble. So we'll do ODS, and then of course we got to get ourselves a cabinet. So let's see, I believe, so let's do this 2 rock. Let's try these. These are new as well. So let's cycle through a few of these here. So find something a little bit cleaner. There we go. Can we find some? All right, 6. So, and then I want to build a patch with because they also have the Cali comp in here now. So that's the other thing. Capturing compressors, it's going to kind of like hone in a lot of those dynamics and everything else like that on a compressor that I wasn't able to before. So really excited for that. And they already put in one of the best compressors in here, in my opinion, which is, of course, the OC76 comp, which is the Cali 76 comp. So let's put him right here and see how this sounds. Let's see. That one sounds pretty good. Let's go back here though. I think it was this one was the one that was a bit cleaner. Yeah. Alright, cool. That sounds good. That feels nice. Very squishy. Maybe a little too squishy. Let's go back to him. Sweet. And then let's go ahead and find this new spring reverb. Sweet. Wow, this is all okay, cool. This is sounding great so far. So let's try out one of these new fuzzes. Obviously, not going to be able to get through. I mean, there's so much added in here, so I'm just going to kind of hit a couple of the ones that I like and see the new captures. But I mean, so far, like usually what I'll use the stock amps, but I'll use an IR cab. But these sound really, really good, and this capture sounds awesome. I want to try a couple of the other ones too. So we'll do a couple different, setup builds. But this is kind of just the stuff that caught my eye initially. So fuzz, and we're gonna do the Beehive Wasp fuzz. Let's try that out. Turn off our compressor. Try the dynamics. Cleans up. Cool. Loving this. So let's try a couple more of these. We'll give Man, I just love that. I've never really messed with the because this is based off of, let me find it really quick. This is based off of the Beatronics Vespa. So I've never really messed with that pedal. I've messed with, I think, one Beatronics pedal. I don't remember which one it was, but I really liked how it sounded. I really like how this sounds too. And that's another thing too, kind of point for just modelers in general, especially stuff with like capturing real life pedals, is it does kind of allow you, if you have one, to test drive a pedal. Obviously it's not always going to be an exact one-to-one, but it will give you the idea and the feel of the pedal. If you are, you then maybe want to go out and buy the real version if it's something you find you really like. This is a great way to just kind of try everything. And with these new V2 capture methods and everything, with how much more dynamic and how much more depth it's able to get with the cloud capture system, it's going to be that much closer and feel that much more realistic. Whether you're capturing a pedal you already have or you're trying something out online, it's going to be that much more accurate. Because that sounds great. That is a sound. Even this, just right here, just these 5 minutes I have. Like all that little break up and kind of like Velcro-y, spittery, spatteriness, whatever that means. But all that stuff I just love. All right, so, oh yeah, gonna try another. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. This is cool. I think I like that one the best, actually. That one and like the first one of this sound awesome. Okay, cool. So what else can we add here? Let's go ahead and save this. Well, before we forget, we'll just call this V2 captures test. Let's try that. Let's go try one of the virtual devices. So let's try that DRV. So let's pull that up. All right, so we're going to expand down to lane 3, and we're going to put these guys down here, so that way we have more room up here for our drives. That's always how this has worked. Okay, so let's try this out as is. We are at drive 100%. Yeah, I love this pedal. This is awesome. Great. Yeah, that's in the signal chain. I might just be building my new preset right now. Man, that is. Let's go ahead and get our gate on here. We're getting kind of noisy. So let's throw our compressor back on. Let's throw you back behind me. All right, we'll go ahead and drop the drive back a little. Let's see what this does. That's cool. All right, let's try a couple other things out. Let's switch out to a new amp. So let's go ahead and save this for now. Let's do this guy. So we'll just load up a version of him up. Let's get a different cabinet going. Do we have any? Here we go. Everything else off, just amp, a little bit of verb. Let's try another one of these. Cool, cool. Let's see. Sweet. All right, what else do we want to mess with in these here? Let's do, because they have the combo amps. So let's try this Supro, this Supro. And we'll pair him with, I believe, I saw it earlier, this one, the new Gold 10. Let's try that with that. So this is a two-note Superbolt Thunderbolt 15. Yeah, let's use this because it's new. I'm sure you could probably find a different cab that might go a little bit better with this, but I think it sounds pretty good. And or what about this 212? My dog wanted to come in. Hey there. Cool. What else can we check out? Let's check out this, some of these new effects. Let's try this monosynth. I don't know how this is going to sound or feel with me because I've never really used a monosynth on bass or on guitar. But, I don't know. Let's try it out. Cool. That's interesting. That's definitely something that I want to dive in a little bit deeper on. If you have any suggestions on what the best settings are for something like this, let me know, because I'm not much of a synth person, but I love synths. I just don't know the form factors in them. So definitely want to mess with that a bit more, though. That's really, really cool. And let's see, what else do we have in here that's new that we can check out? Oh, I want, actually, because I did mention I do want to check out that Bit Crusher. So Cool. Okay. Once again, also gonna definitely come back to that. I haven't used a bit crusher since the Earthquaker devices, whatever their bit crusher was about. What was their bit crusher called? The Bit Commander. Yeah. So definitely stoked to have that in here. Definitely something I want to come back to. Obviously for me, like immediate standouts, 1981 DRV. I had that pedal. I had the pink one for a long time. Absolutely loved it. Some of the new cabs sound great. The new amps sound awesome. And so yeah, that's kind of my overview. All right, so now we're gonna do the amp capture and compare. So my amp that I have, I'll throw up a photo or something of it. It's right here on the ground though. It's a Tweed Deluxe, like I said, a 583 Tweed Deluxe that I built with my grandpa in 2011, and it's been modified since. I can't remember exactly what he did to it, but either way, you'll hear how this amp sounds, and we'll do a comparison. I'm gonna capture it like straight up. We're gonna use this mic, the Audio Technica 2050. It's the only mic I have, so and capture it and do a little back and forth. So it's not hard to do. You just got to get the setup stuff right. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. But because of that, I am going to have to go to iPhone audio for talking from now on because of that. So first, we're going to go here. You just go new neural capture, and you're gonna do neural capture version 2. So your guitar needs to be plugged into input 1, which we are. And you need to have some, whatever you're going like out, whether it's like headphones, 1/4 inch out, or your XLR out. I'm going stereo XLR out, left and right. You're going to take whatever you're trying to capture, you're going to put that into the capture out. So we're just going to take our 1/4 inch cable, and we find where the other end of it went, and plug him into our capture out, just like that. And then this is, now I have to go to this audio. Oh, okay. Hopefully this doesn't sound too bad. But we're going to plug our mic into input number 2 of the quad Cortex. And we'll mic this up in a second. And we're going to put input 2 type mic, and then phantom power for this mic is on. Whether, you may or may not need phantom power depending on your mic. So let me go ahead and get this mic situated on the cabinet. Okay, so that's mic'd up now. And of course, flip on my amp, that would help. So once he's warmed up, I will name this. Okay, getting signal. Custom Tweed Deluxe for an instrument guitar. We'll give it an amp. We'll do combo because it's a combo amp. And that's what it does basically. So I'll show you really quick. So it's calibrating. And this is what it sounds like. It just does this for a number of minutes. So we'll come back when this is all done. Okay, so I've got this set up here. Basically, like super simply, I'm running both through the quad Cortex and everything. Or I'm kind of running everything through the quad Cortex at once into my interface. So I can play through both the mic'd amp and the quad Cortex at the exact same time. We'll just be able to switch between them on and off. So guitar is going into the quad Cortex. I'm going out of my 1/4 inch of out number 3 to the amp, which is mic'd into the Apollo, and then I'm going out left and right into my speakers, and that's the capture. So they're being recorded on 2 separate channels, completely separately, so you can hear them individually. So we're just gonna play some stuff, and we'll switch back and forth. I'll switch back and forth between them in post, so you can hear the difference. But it's like super similar. I've been messing with it for a few minutes, and it seems like the quad capture. And this is again my first time doing this, but it seems like this has a little bit more grit than the actual amp does. But I mean, it's like scary close. So I'll just play a little bit for you. Alright, so I went ahead and threw a drive on here as well. We're using the Love Drive one. It's one of the new captures that just came out. So we're putting one on each in front of the amp because I want to hear how it sounds. As well as we're going to add a spring reverb in here too, the new spring reverb. We'll just do a mono verb on both. And then kind of see how it sounds. That's awesome. I don't know. I've never done that before, but it sounds great. It works great. It's really, really easy to do once you get the initial setup done. And yeah, I'm stoked with these new stuff. I'm excited to dive in even more. This is just kind of a first look. I wanted to get on here and talk about it. But yeah, if you guys have been messing with this and enjoying it, let me know. Let me know what your guys' some of your favorite settings are for the mono synth or the bit crusher, because I really want to dive more into those. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below, as well as some of the other amps and stuff like that you find you really like. So this is awesome. It feels like an early Christmas present, this big of an update, and I'm excited to dive in even more to all this stuff and everything. So I'll go ahead and make my capture of my Tweed Deluxe amp available on my page if you want it. It's a custom Tweed Deluxe I built with my grandpa. Like I said, it's a custom Tweed Deluxe that I handmade when I was a kid. And so if you decide you want to take my capture of my amp, feel free. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.